Well, hello there. How you doing? My name is Douglas Ford, and I'm shooting this video here from my living room right here in Houston, Texas, by way of Cypress, Texas. And as I mentioned, I just wanted to do a observation, a demonstration, a live demonstration video that, well, I'm actually doing a Zoom meeting, which I'm going to load up to YouTube because I want to just give you a demonstration just for you to consider what's going on. I'm literally going to be relaunching, if you would, here in the city of Houston and all the surrounding area. And I wanted to have people really take a look at literally what's going on and how this funding project works and why I'm excited about it. And many other people have already been excited about it. From this funding project, I've literally already been able to withdraw over $15,000 in the 4 months that I've been involved, okay? But I want to just, lay out a few things and be clear that this is not network marketing. This is no MLM. This is no cash gifting. This is no Susu or anything like that. But I will say this, that this opportunity presents a grand solution to what's actually out there right now in terms of receiving leveraged income, okay? Now, let me go here. Let me share my screen here real quick. And I'm gonna get to the money, but just the things that I just wanna be able to share that this is literally a solution for, okay? Now, there's this website here called Business for Home. You can pull this up, businessforhome.org, and it literally keeps a list of all the top income earners and some of the top companies that are in the network marketing, MLM space, and direct sales. Now, I bring this up because, it's typically always the same people over and over and over, no matter what the opportunity is, that are always experiencing the high level wealth leverage income. When you're reaching 1.8 million a month or 1.5 million a month, or people doing 500,000 a month, okay? It's typically always the same individuals, where 97% of others are just mainly spectators to the 3%. And so you find yourself attending all these home meetings, attending all these hotel meetings, going to events, doing the presentations, okay? But then you always find it where it's always the same people. And if you ask me, my opinion, I just feel a lot of the dynamics of this industry sort of is not doable for the masses of people, either through all the volume that you have to do, the different legs that you have to build. Then you have to always qualify, and then you have to be at certain levels in order to receive the totality of the compensation plan. Many of you guys that are networkers like myself, know what I'm talking about. But what if now there's where the 97% now can be the ones also participating in the leveraged income? Okay, now I'm not talking about making $100 here, $100 there, or $500 there, $500 there, right? I'm talking about the income where, you don't know what you don't know, okay? And virtually the reason why a lot of people never cross over, again, there's a lot of dynamics that really, even though they present it as it is simple, okay, well, all you got to do is this, all you got to do is this, but we know in the long haul, okay, there's more to it than meets the eye. Secondly, there's another issue out there, and it's in the crowdfunding space. Now, even though I'm on this website, it's called crowdfunding.com, where you have GoFundMe that's already done totally raised over $9 billion from 50 million supporters, okay? And Indiegogo and many others, Kickstarter, you can see the different monies that they raise. But yet there's a Goliath out there that where 85% of people that do a crowdfund, okay, or try to raise funds of any kind, whether it's a church, a nonprofit, people trying to do rallies or different events, looking to incorporate the communities in order to raise funding, right? 85% of people don't even hit their funding goals. And 65 to 70, they never even cross over 25% of whatever the goal that they're looking to achieve, okay? It's a fact, folks. It's not Douglas Ford. This is actual factual documentation that is online, okay? And so what I found, I arguably can say, has been the biggest wealth solution for the masses, for anybody who can, to me, can fog up a mirror, can literally do this, okay? But there's one other thing I want to point out that's also been a big problem, and it's in this young lady here, because we've seen people like JJ Watt that has raised over $41 million, especially here in Houston for the Harvey relief, okay? And here recently with the situation that's happening in the Ukraine, Mr. Ashton Kutcher, hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly, him and his wife, they did a GoFundMe campaign and they raised over, right now, I believe it's like over 30 million, okay? But here's the big issue, and I was watching this video, and this lady was gonna give the big secret and how she was able to take her crowdfund campaign and upwards to 5 million or more. Let me just play a little bit of this so you can hear it.
Okay, I said I would share, and I'm gonna share the big secret. The big secret on how to raise a lot of money for your crowdfund is to use an influencer. Yeah, you need to use a celebrity or an influencer, someone that people already trust, they already know, and they already recognize. So, big secret with New Res Incorporated, Kevin Harrington made a video endorsing the company, and I was able to use that video in all of the marketing. So, when you went to newres.com to see about the opportunity, the video with Kevin Harrington was there. And then also, when you went to the website to invest, that video was there. And that gave people trust and credibility. Kevin Harrington used to be on the show Shark Tank. He's worth, $500 million. And he's telling people that, yeah, I think Noelle and her company are a good bet. And this is what I am saying about that.
Okay, now, hey, no problem. I mean, I'm all for it, but guess what? Not everybody has access to someone that, has a lot of influence, a celebrity, entertainer, somebody with a certain platform to be able to speak on their behalf, which is why a lot of times at different churches, when you hear the pastor, speaking on someone and having the church to, come and maybe donate to whatever the cause may be for whatever family or whatever the situation, pastor speaking on, again, somebody having that platform to be able to speak on it could definitely generate a lot of things. But what if we did not have to have that, and for you and I both to be able to receive and continue to receive and raise whatever the funding that we're looking to achieve, and the best part about it being residual, with everyone just doing one simple giving it forward contribution, and they have to do nothing else. See what I'm about to show you, folks? Everyone only is needing to do 2 steps, and 2 steps only. And what we're able to do now is for not only me, not only you, not only for our networks or our communities, we can receive and raise any amount of funding that we're looking to achieve, regardless if it's personal, business, or a charitable affair, or for a real estate project, okay? What I love about it, it eliminates any prejudice, any bias that may be in the crowdfund activity, because quite frankly, many people are only more interested in their own reasons for funding and their own causes that they may have. And like most, many people don't know hundreds or even thousands or tens of thousands of people, even with money, to be able to give to their cause. So it creates, whereas we're always every man for himself, if you would, trying to get funding, or every church for itself, or every nonprofit is on its own. And so even though, yeah, the crowdfunding thing sounds great, and a lot of people have raised, again, GoFundMe did $9 billion, okay? But what if that 9 billion, or let me put it this way, what if all that, that 41 million that JJ Watt raised, what if that was able to pass through everybody who had a cause, who had reasons for funding? What if more than just one entity was able to benefit on that whole total amount? How incredible would that be? Well, guys, I want to introduce you to what we call Co-op Crowd. Now, I brought up a photo here, so I think it's very important to share. I want to just share with you what Co-op Crowd is doing. All right. Can I get a photo? There we go. Okay. Co-op Crowd is the world's first cooperative crowdfunding system and the first system to turn your giving into your own receiving. Listen to this. We split each donation to help multiple causes instead of just one. Okay. So what you're gonna see literally is gonna work just like this photo here shows you. Okay. This is literally the ingenious of this crowdfund project. Okay. Is where not only do I receive funding, but you receive funding, but everyone causes are now addressed, okay, each and every time as this community of participants continues to grow, with everybody only doing 2 simple steps. And what those 2 simple steps are, as I jump into the money here, those 2 simple steps are this, okay? Step 1 is that each of us purchase 3 $28 tokens, just 3, folks. And then give those 3, each one of those, to 3 others that do the same. And then what? Nothing else from this day forward, okay? Nothing else from this day forward. And with that duplication and that participation of everybody doing 2 steps, okay, you and I and everyone else that comes into the community will now be able to receive and achieve and continue to raise as much funding as we want. Because remember, it's residual in nature. Because everyone's doing what? 2 simple steps. Now, the question that typically will come up is, well, what if a person doesn't do it? Man, I love that question, because that's what continues the funding from coming in. Guess what? We don't want them to come in. We don't want you to come in. And I want you to show this to whomever that, you would want to participate. See, we're looking for people that want to create their own self-driven economy. Because as we come together as a community, we're creating our own community-driven economy, to where we don't have to no more rely on interest-bearing loans from banks, excuse me. We don't have to rely on governmental assistance any longer. We don't have to rely on money from big corporations and things of that nature. And when you look at it, folks, all sorts of charities and foundations and churches, they're looking for funding. Doesn't it make sense? We already know that we are better together. But see, no one hasn't been able to really find a way to where we can monetize the participation of many of us coming together, okay, until now, where there's no product involved, there's no convincing of anyone to do anything. Why? Because we're giving. We simply have monetized giving, and you're literally going to be receiving ongoing funding over and over and over again, even every day. And what I've done, I've sort of jumped ahead a little bit, okay? Because we have a roadmap here. Let me bring up the roadmap here real quick, or blueprint, whatever you want to call it. I call it a roadmap. Let me minimize this. It's here somewhere. All right, I want to show you this roadmap. Is that it? Yeah, roadmap. Okay. This is the roadmap, the blueprint. What I call the blueprint, since I call it roadmap. Where, watch this, folks. When you, okay, this is you starting here, and when you give it forward to 3, okay, just 3 others, you instantly are going to receive $26, actually $26.25 in donations. We just rounded to the whole numbers, okay? That's what I just showed you right here. So this account, you see where it says up at the top, it says your name. Now, even though this is for demonstration purposes, this is gonna literally operate like it's a live account, okay? Because I want you to see how instantly you receive the money. Now understand, you're not getting volume. You're not having to build legs and manage legs. See, that's what didn't work. That's why 97% of people are just spectators. We're not looking to have people to be spectators here anymore. We want the 97% now to be on the other side of all that leverage income that many of those people that I showed you are the same people all the time, no matter what the company is, it's the same people. Okay. When you give one token to someone, you're going to receive instantly $8.75. You're going to do that 2 more times. That's $8.75 again, $8.75 one last time. You're at $26.25. Folks, guess what? You don't do anything else out of pocket ever again, ever, never, ever, ever. Here's the thing though. Remember, you gave it to 3 others that are going to do what? The exact same thing. So when they do that, they're going to receive $26.25. You follow me? Now I'm going to show this to you. I just don't want you to hear it. I'm going to literally show it to you. Now, I did your name because a lot of people have responded. And instead of me just doing, one presentation per person, which what I was, gonna do, I just said, hey, picture your name right here. But I'll just go over some of the names of the people that are receiving this demonstration. So Carl, you're receiving it. Michael, you're receiving it. Ken, you're receiving it. Brandy, you're receiving it. Eric, you're receiving it. Lori, you're receiving it. Robert, you're receiving it. Willie, you're receiving it. Landon, you're receiving this demonstration. Bobby, you're receiving it. Jan, you're receiving it. Lewis, you're receiving it. Okay. So got all you guys thus far. There's others, but I wanted to do this one here. So what I've done is, again, even though this is a free demonstration account, I'm going to literally show you how quickly money comes to you. Now, again, this is not volume that's coming to you. There is no rotation of money, okay? There's no rotation of donations like examples of like people are, who have been maybe things like cash gifting, or you've been in a blessing circle to where you got it managed by individuals that are deciding, well, who's the next person turn for them to receive funding? No, folks. What we're doing, it's already programmed and automated into your system, okay? Everybody receives a back office just like this that keeps track of your whole entire community and that keeps track of all your donations. You literally will have a private, decentralized wallet where it says Co-op Wallet right here over to the left, okay? And you just go into withdraw funds. Now, this is an actual wallet where you can actually hold whatever crypto that you want on your decentralized wallet. And because it's decentralized, nobody has access to it but you. So you're in essence operating your own digital bank that continues to reward you as your community is growing. Okay? Now, the only part that I'm not doing in this demonstration is the literal where you go and you do the purchase of the tokens, where you go to Co-op tokens and you would buy the tokens, okay? Oh, it actually logged me out. Hold on, so I gotta log back in here. Your name, there we go. I guess it timed me out. Sorry about that. Okay, just close it there. So let me go to, so the only part I'm not doing is going to Co-op tokens, Co-op token, close, never. Co-op tokens, and then buy tokens. So this is the only part that I'm not doing in this exercise. When a person is becoming active, this is what they would do. So then they would purchase the tokens, they would click that, and they would just do next. But this is the part I'm not doing, okay? So let me go back to daily steps. So what I wanna do now, I wanna log out, because if I go on the personal team here, I go under free, okay, these are the 3 that I've used. Okay, I just put random information just for demonstration purposes, right? So I'm gonna highlight this person and I'm gonna click copy. And then I'm gonna go down, I'm gonna log out and I'm gonna log in as Mr. Ken here. Okay, I'll log in. Now remember, because Ken, once I type this information in, the system creates him a whole entire account, okay, with a donor key, with a private decentralized wallet, the whole ball of wax, okay, for him to start receiving donations that only he will have access to. And his donations, folks, they come to you instantly, and you're able to access your money whenever you want it. There is no waiting. Okay. So, having said that, unlike where in other platforms you have to wait for a week for your money, or you may have to wait bi-weekly, or once a month, whatever. Here, no. The moment your money is in your wallet, okay, you can withdraw your money anytime you want to. Got it? So what I'm gonna go down here, I'm gonna enter in another person, because this is how you enter in someone. So I'm gonna do this person here. I'm just gonna put just an R and then do, just because I don't want to put other people's names out there. But this is another person that's, again, I'm just choosing Enron because I know Enron's an old company, it's not in business anymore, so I don't want you to use that email extension. But I want you to see. So this is literally as if Landon is about to become active, okay, under Ken B's account. So this is literally Ken B has already purchased his 3 $28 tokens, and he's just given one to Mr. Landon. Okay. The moment Mr. Landon becomes active, he becomes active as soon as Ken gave him a token. I want you to see how literally how quickly you and everyone just received money. Mr. Landon Mr. Ken just received $8.75. Remember I told you $8.75. Now, here's the beauty, okay? Do you remember your account was the one that Mr. Ken, right, got started under? So not only did Mr. Ken, your friend, instantly receive the donation when he gave a token, okay? But let's log out of Mr. Ken and let's see who else received money. Let's go back to you, your account. Though, it's your name, but it's your account. You watching this demonstration. So we're going to do your name, there we go, your name. Log back into you. Remember, you were at 2625. Do you remember that? You were at 2625. My point in showing you and why I'm launching Houston, folks, is we about to take Houston over and totally eliminate you ever again needing money. Because literally, you just got more money by what? Ken giving it forward to his one person thus far. And though Ken is going to do it 2 more times, and Ken does nothing else. Guys, I get goosebumps when I think about that. Because now, you mean to tell me all we got to do is a one-time participation as a community, and we're only giving a token to a person that's willingly going to move it forward themselves, just the 3, and nobody ever does anything else ever again once they do the 2 steps. So guys, we're not giving it forward to someone that's not wanting to do the 2 steps. Why? Think about it. That's going to stop money from coming in from them and you. We want it to continue to grow. Because remember, once you do your one time, buy your 3 tokens. Now, let me be transparent about that. Because it is crypto, so there will be some blockchain fees associated. What the company also adds, okay, is just a one-time $50 surplus. It's around about 40 to 50 bucks. But that surplus is only there for the fluctuation of crypto, because crypto fluctuates. And so it's while you're sending your money over, they want to have that buffer there. So if crypto changes in the middle of your money being transferred over, right, that buffer will take care of whatever the fluctuation is. Hear me though, folks. Whatever it is not used, and many times none of it is used, it goes into your wallet. It's your money. Company's not looking to take any money from you, okay? But I just wanted to be transparent and why that, but it's one, guys, this is one time ever. Right? 3 $28 tokens, and one token goes to 3 others that do the same. And you got to 26. But guess what? As Ken now is giving it forward to 3, Ken's receiving donations instantly that Ken is able to go in and access. It's his money. And guess what? Your money goes up at the same time. Because what's happening here, remember when it said, what's happening? What's happening? Let's remember what's happening. Remember, this is what's happening. Each donation to help multiple causes instead of just one. So literally every contribution is being split up and donated to 10 causes. Yours every single time. You are a part of that 10 every single time. From the day you start, from this day forward, you doing your 2 steps, and then your 3 friends doing their 2 steps, and then their 3 friends doing their 2 steps, and then their friends only doing their 2 steps. You and your friends are constantly over and over and over again are receiving money. I pause right there because I'm sure you're jumping up in your seat going crazy. I'm just waiting for you to settle down, calm down. Yeah, it's crazy, okay? So I want you to see it, right? Because you're gonna show this to a person that is gonna be like, what if it don't work? What if I don't get it? No, folks, it's already programmed in. Let me show you. So I'm gonna go back. Let's go back. So remember, we're gonna go back into Ken's account. Okay. We're gonna go back into Ken's account. We're gonna go back into Ken's account. Now, please forgive me, my computer is running just a bit behind. It was Ken B. Here we go, Ken B. Oh. There we go. Stay up there for me. Put in the password. Now, Ken's at 875. Now, what we're gonna do, we're gonna come down here. So this is literally how you enter in someone's information, okay? So we're gonna come down here, and we did Landon. Now I wanna do, let's just do random information. Let's do Houston launch at sbcglobal.net. And we're gonna do Houston, no, let's do H-Town launch at enron.com, all right? So watch how instantly Ken receives his money. Okay. Boom, he's at 26.25. And remember, 9 other causes just received money as well. Every single time. Nobody is missed. No rotation. Nobody has to worry about rotations of money. No, money is coming to you and your friends every time. Every time. And now Ken, you are doing nothing else. Ken represents your 3 friends. Once you have given it forward, a one-time out of pocket of buying those 3 tokens, and you give those 3 tokens over, do you see how this leverage now is doable for everybody? Guys, I hear somebody calling me on Facebook right now. My phone, you know, my Facebook is on my phone in the back. I got this on mute, but you know, I'm doing this demonstration. So this is fascinating. So listen, I'm gonna log out of Ken. Now, Ken represents one of your 3 friends, right? Now, we're gonna do one of Ken's 3 friends, and one of those people was who? Was Landon, right? Right, Landon. So we're gonna highlight, hold on. We're gonna highlight Landon. Okay. And then we're going to log out of Ken now, and we're going to log into Landon. Now remember, Ken is at 2625. Ken is done. Ken, you've done your 3 steps. Excuse me. Ken, you've done your 2 steps, and you're done, Ken. Ken. Now Landon is about to do his. What we do? Landon. Was it Landon J? What was it? No, Landon. That's what it was. Hope that's right. I'll be trying to keep track of all these emails in my head, and I probably shouldn't do that. Oh, God. Come on. Was it SBC Global? Let me see. SBC Global. Please let that be it. Really? Guys, I apologize. I'm gonna have to let me pause it real quick. Okay, so we're going into Landon. Let's log into Landon's. Okay. Now here again, Landon's at 0. Okay. Landon's just starting. Okay. So Landon is literally Landon going in now and giving a token. He's going to give a token to Mr. Bobby. Okay. Bobby P. Okay. Bobby P at enron.com. So what's going to happen for Mr. Landon? Just like same thing happened for Mr. Ken, and what happened also for you in the beginning. Okay. You being your name. You guys know what I'm talking about. Okay. Bam. 875. Okay. Landon gave away a token, 875. Okay. Now let's just do it again. Okay. Let's do it again. Landon is doing, let's do who we got here? Let's do Jan. Jan R. Okay. And Jan R. Okay. We're gonna do one more. We're gonna do Lewis. Lewis T. Okay. Lewis T at enron.com. So what is it gonna get Landon to? Again, Landon's gonna be at 2625. Landon, you're going to do nothing else from this day forward. Why? Because you gave your 3 tokens to 3 others that do the same. Now listen, this could be 3 friends. This could be 3 nonprofits. This could be a church. The beauty about churches, nonprofits, and other charities, okay, because I have a couple of those on here too. The pipeline is already there. I hate to sound like it's a drug deal or anything like that, but what I mean is these entities are already receiving donations from donors, from regular donors, okay, from regular members, okay. But this is the beauty of it, because those members, especially for churches, those members have businesses and reasons they are needing funding too. What if their funding is their giving? Their giving to the church is their own receiving. So no more where where we're learning when you give, you receive. Co-op Crowd has now made it tangible for that to take place, and it takes place every time. Okay, because from that point on, after you do your one-time giving it forward, you are continuing to receive donations from that day forward. Now, for people that want to say, this sounds like a scam, okay? Let me let you understand something. Crowdfunding, folks, has been around since day one, okay? It's just, for many of the crowdfund types, you're only most familiar with one, and that is the donation-based crowdfunding. That's the Indiegogos, the GoFundMes, and many others, where people just giving a donation, that particular cause received the donation, and you're on your way with a good feeling. Nothing wrong with that. But what if there's now where you're given that same contribution, but now from this day forward, you're receiving money for your contribution. Because folks, understand, this is combining rewards-based crowdfunding and even equity-based crowdfunding along with donation-based. And these other crowd funds, folks, have been operating since the beginning of time. It's just a lot of times we're not invited to those types of communities. For an example, now I know he's being, broadcasted all online now for crazy stuff right now, but Will Smith, he created a production called Bel Air. It's on Peacock. Do you know he started that with crowdfunding? And those crowdfunders that participated are receiving proceeds and royalties on that movie. And there's many different movie producers now that are getting into the crowdfunding space in order, to receive the funding that they want to produce the movie and not have to worry about banks and, interest-bearing loans from banks. Radio stations, okay? Radio producers are using investment-based crowdfunding, okay? What else? And again, many people are using apartment complexes. That's real estate crowdfunding, where participants, supporters that come together and crowdfund for apartment complexes, shopping centers that we all see, that we all are passing by, never understanding those were started with crowdfunding. Uber and Netflix.com, hello, they started with crowdfunding. And those supporters, those investors, as they want to call it, those crowdfunders receive payments, receive quarterly capital for their investment, okay? Then there's also debt-based crowdfunding, where crowdfunders support to help produce a loan to get people to get out of debt. But then when those people have to pay that debt back, they got to pay interest payments. Do you know who's receiving those interest payments? The crowdfunders that participated. So guys, it's not a scam. It's just, we just were not educated. I wasn't educated on crowdfunding. I thought if it didn't have a product involved, it was a pyramid scheme. It's a scam. But now I understand. Now, what makes us different from GoFundMe and many other crowdfund platforms? Again, all the proceeds of like JJ Watt's crowdfund, all the proceeds of that young lady I just showed you who raised $5 million. All that money went to that particular focus. Does that make sense? But now, let me show you the blueprint here. And then I'm almost done. I'm really done. Where's the blueprint? Now, all of our causes are being funded. So what we have here is what I call the roadmap. It's an 84-day roadmap. In 84 days, we can have and receive and raise as much money as we want. And the best part about it, again, is residual. So remember, when you give it forward to 3, okay, you're receiving $26 instantly into your private decentralized wallet. The money's going to be in there, okay? The moment you give it forward to, 3 tokens to 3 people, or 3 charities or 3 nonprofits, 3 churches, whatever you want to, whatever you want to participate, because we can bring anything under this umbrella, okay? Then when those 3 do the exact same thing, right? You are receiving 38. They're receiving 26. So notice your friends are always a week behind you. So if you take it 84 days and you divide 84 by 7 days in a week, okay? That comes out to 12 weeks. So between now and the next 12 weeks, that's the next 3 months, give or take. It's 90 days, but you know what I'm saying? 84, okay? In 84 days, this system, through a mathematical certainty of everybody giving it forward to 3 and taking a whole 7 days, if it took them a whole 7 days to do it, we've mapped out a blueprint where in 84 days, you are literally receiving over $972,000 a month in this community here, with everyone only having to do 2 steps, 1 time, ever. Yes, show this to your friends. The question again of, well, what if they don't do it? Folks, We don't want to give it to anyone that doesn't do it. Why? Because we want the flow of funding to constantly be coming to you. Understanding, you're never on no rotation. So anytime, I don't care if it's somebody down here at level 8, when those folks give it forward to 3, this person's receiving money. These people are receiving money. These people are receiving money, receiving money, receiving money, receiving money, all the way up to you who started it. See, you're number 1. Then your 3 friends, they represent the second. So that's week 2. These people here that give it forward, do the 2 steps, that's week 3. It's going to be their first week, but your week 3. If we're only talking everyone doing it within the 7 days, we have people that are doing it faster than that. Some people are doing it within their first hour, their first day, their first 24 to 72 hours. Because again, it's math. 2 plus 2 is always going to be 4, regardless if it takes you a day to do it, a week to do it, whatever. Got it? Because again, mathematical certainty. It's literally monetizing the participation of the community with everybody just doing 2 simple steps. Now, it's the last thing and I'll let you go. No, it's not the last thing. I got to show you the money, right? Hey, my wife just walked in. Hey, sweetheart, doing a demonstration. All right, so you guys see Landon has his 2625. Let's log out of Landon's. Let's do that. Let's log out of Landon's. And let me go into, let's go into, who are we going into? Ken's, right? Yeah, because Ken was before Landon. So remember, Ken. While Landon was doing his 2 steps. Now remember, there's 2 other people that are doing their 2 steps too, because Ken gave a token to 3 people, not just 1. But just for demonstration purposes, I'm just showing you literally how the money is coming to you every time. every time. It don't stop. So you're not receiving volume, you're receiving money. Real money. Can be. Look at what you have, bro. You have $30. The point I want you to see, you still receive money. Even after you've gotten your initial $28 or $26, you're still receiving money every single time. Ken, you have done nothing else. You just given a token to 3 people that are going to do the exact same thing. Ken, you give a token to 3 people that are going to do the exact same thing. Lewis, you give a token to 3 people that are going to do the exact same thing. Bobby, you give a token to 3 people that are going to do the exact same thing. Landon, you give a token to 3 people that are going to do the exact same thing. Willie, you give a token to 3 people that are going to do the exact same thing. Robert, you give a token to 3 people that are going to do the exact same thing. Lori, you give a token to 3 people that's going to do the exact same thing. Eric, you give a token to 3 people that's going to do the exact same thing. Brandy, you give a token to 3 people that's going to do the exact same thing. Ken, you give a token to 3 people that's going to do the exact same thing. Michael, you give a token to 3 people that's going to do the exact same thing. Carl, you give a token to 3 people that's going to do the exact same thing. Annabelle, sorry, you give a token to 3 people that's going to do the exact same thing. And all of us, here we go. All of us, not just one of us, all of us receive funding over and over and over as we are coming together as a community. Everybody only having to do 2 steps ever. And all of us are receiving donations from this day forward. No rotation. Donations come to you every time, simultaneously, instantly, every time, over and over. Now, there's one more account we had to log into. So you see Ken's, all right? Remember, when we last left off, we were at 2750. Okay, let's go back to our name. So let's log in. I need you to tell me what other, I don't even want to call this opportunity. This is us bringing wealth to all of us, right? This is us bringing wealth to all of us. This is what this funding project is about. Let's do your name. Your name. There we go. Do the password. Okay. Let's log in. Do you see what's going on here? You were at 2750. Again, this is not utilizing everyone. You know, I didn't go through every person's, you know, account or whatever, but you notice up here, okay, everyone gets a donor key. Just like Ken had a donor key I showed you, Landon had a donor key. All those accounts that I put in had a donor key. And so when you come over here to co-op tokens and you do buy, no, excuse me, not buy, but after you buy your tokens, you're going to come to co-op tokens, and then this is where you'll do a sign token. And on a sign token, you're going to put in that person's donor key. Okay. Then you're going to choose the token, and then you're going to choose the amount. It's going to be 1. Just put a 1 there. Now, when you put a person's donor key, it's going to populate their name to making sure that you're sending the token to the right account. Okay. And when you assign that, folks, you will instantly receive money, and 9 others will. Instantly, simultaneously, every single time. Now, let me just recap, and I'm done. So here it is again. It's Co-op Crowd. There's no MLM. There's no binary. No small leg or power leg earning MLM. No uni-level here, okay? No building a list of 200 to 300 people, etc. No blessing circle, no cash gifting, no rotation. Long-term residual rewards, money, perfect for non-builders. A funding project where all receive the funding they desire, no matter what the cause, focus, reason, and or need. Able to bring in any and all entities seeking funding, charities, nonprofits, churches, businesses, foundations, real estate projects, etc. Anywhere from all 4 corners of the planet. Why? Because we're using crypto. Okay. This project just gets money out of the way. Now, here's a website that I want you to go to, because this is the Give It Forward training. This really walks you through getting your 3 tokens and funding your account to get your 3 tokens that you're going to give forward. Okay. Now, what you're going to have to do, though, okay, what I want you to do, if you know, is I'm going to circle back around to everyone in like a week. Now, if you want to reach out to me today or you know, or whenever, hey, go ahead. You have my messenger. I'm hoping you guys went and check me out on my Facebook profile, see that I'm a real person, and you know, because that's what you're supposed to do, because you know you don't want nobody trying to scam you. And you're going to send me a good email for you. Okay, you can log in, look under the hood. Having said that, okay, if you want to see a whole full-blown presentation overview or whatnot, let me go back here and let me go to daily steps. So when you send me your email, okay, I'm going to create you an account, and I want you to come and watch this. You can literally come watch this. This is our overview. It's in everybody's back office. Okay, it's done by my coach, Greg Baldwin. Okay, he does an excellent job of presenting. You can literally have, again, your 3 that you're going to have watch it, or that you're going to show this whole demonstration to. So you can just play that. It's roughly about 20 minutes. And he just goes through an overview there. But definitely write down this website here, giveitforwardtraining.com. It does an introduction, welcomes you to the team, and it literally shows you, it gives a, what do they call that? A breakdown of the video of the different segments. So you can fast forward if you want to fast forward to a certain part that you want to get to. So there you have it. Let me stop my screen share. And yeah, this is what I'm launching right now in Houston. And I'm bringing awareness and bringing in interest. And the feedback has just been phenomenal. Guys, anybody who can fog up a mirror is going to be able to do this, because they only need to do a one-time Give It Forward participation. They won't have to convince anyone. They won't have to learn different aspects of a product to try to sell it and move product all the time. They won't have to be making a list of 200, 300 people to try to get in, gogs of people to try to build legs and keep legs balanced and do a uni-level and worry about matching bonuses. The stuff they've been throwing at us to try to, earn our interest and earn our commitment. Here, folks, we're generating our own self-driven economy to where it's always feeding every household money over and over again, over and over again. Got it? So that's it. Appreciate you guys watching this video. Hey, connect with me if you're ready to rock and roll. Or like I said, take a week. I'm going to circle back around to everyone. If I haven't heard from you in a week or whatever, and just collect your decision. All right. This is D Ford from here, my home here in Cypress, Texas. Appreciate you watching this video. Take care. God bless.